Ricky, have you ever won a superlative back in your school days?
I haven't. I'm pretty strong across the board, but I don't really specialize in any one area, so that's probably, it works against me when it comes to the superlative game.
Somehow my class failed to recognize me as most likely to succeed. Imagine that.
We all have our crosses.
All right, but we're going to hand out some superlatives to the Red Sox, so you ready for it? I want to start off with biggest surprise this season. Who is it?
I'm going to go with a guy we actually mentioned earlier in the show, and Jackie Bradley Jr. I mean, we knew this kid had offensive potential. Basically, when it came to him, it was, can you get 230, 240 type production out of him because his defense is so good. I don't think anybody really anticipated him being this good. And like I said earlier, do I expect him to keep up the pace he's on? Probably not. He's going to come down to earth a little bit. But what we've seen so far has just been above and beyond, my wildest expectations.
Yeah, JBJ looking awesome. And there's a lot of upside with this team, but they're not perfect. What's been the biggest disappointment?
I'd have to say Clay Buchholz. I mean, you looked at him. He has all the talent in the world. I mean, we've seen that before the season. His career has been filled with peaks and valleys. And obviously right now he's in one of those valleys. I mean, this is a guy who, like I said, has all the talent. Had that one season in 2013 where he looked like a legitimate ace. Really, they had to count on him to be the number 2 or number 3 coming into this season. Just hasn't really panned out. So that's pretty disappointing for a team that needs its pitching to improve, at least down the stretch and going into October.
Well, now, obviously, we've seen a lot of great offensive production, but who would you name the best pitcher?
I don't think anybody really saw this one coming, but Wright. And really, he's done nothing but perform when he's had the opportunity since he's been with the Red Sox, and he's kind of bailed them out at times when they've had inconsistent pitching. This is no disrespect to Rick Porcello, who's also having a good year so far, but yeah, Wright kind of bailed them out, and we'll see how long it lasts, but so far his track record indicates that this guy, I think he's got some staying power. He proved himself, and he won a spot in the rotation, so I give him the nod.
And the Sox success so far this season, definitely a good team effort, but who has been the most valuable piece? I
really want to give it to Xander Bogaerts, mostly because he plays defense as well. And his defense has gotten so much better since he's even been in the league. But I'm going to give it to the guy. I'm going to give it to David Ortiz. We talked a lot about him and whether he should reconsider retirement, and just the numbers he's putting up so far. He, in my opinion, is just the guy that he's kind of the straw that stirs the drink, if you will. And he's the best power hitting force in that lineup, and really, as he goes, the rest of this lineup kind of follows. So far, I'm going to give it a big Papi, although everybody seems to be contributing. So I don't think you can really go wrong. There's a few guys you can pick for that, but yeah, I'll take Ortiz.